Welcome back to my channel. If you have been feeling anxious, stressed, lost, down, tired, this video is for you. I wanted to take a break from beauty, lifestyle, vlogs, everything like that, and just kind of talk about mental health and give you guys some little habits that have helped me to live a happier life and to be happy even when life feels like it's falling apart around me. I mean, this year has been wild. It's been a crazy ride, and I wrote down some things in my notebook. I've had this notebook for years, and when I moved, I found it stuffed away, and I was like, why have I never actually filled it up? And yes, I did pay $4.99 for it. I couldn't get the price tag off. You guys actually inspired me to do this video. I put up an Insta story last night just asking, how are you? A lot of you guys just going through a really hard time currently in this season of your life, and the first thing I want to let you know is that you are not alone. So please don't ever feel like you're the only one that is going through this or feeling this way. My DMs are always open, and my social media space, my YouTube, my Instagram, everything, I've always prided myself in having a social media space that is a safe space for people to come, to be themselves, and to be able to come when they need that extra little pick-me-up. You guys, my A-team, my current viewers, like, you guys are the best, and you are so supporting and so uplifting of each other. And so if you need a community, just know that you have that here on my space. So I've made a list of things that have changed my life, like, completely. It's made such a huge impact on my mindset, my mental health, and my productivity, and just the way that I look at life. So I'm going to share those with you, and I hope that you leave this video feeling empowered, feeling refilled. I hope I can fill your cup a little bit, and mentally, spiritually, you feel better after watching this video. The first thing that I do in the morning is I make my bed. Do not underestimate the power of making your bed. I started doing this a couple of months ago because I'm not a very organized person, and a lot of days I would wake up feeling kind of lost. I would feel stressed. I had a lot of things to do, but I had no motivation to do it. So I started to make my bed every morning, and at first it was kind of annoying, and after a few days I was like, I actually love making my bed first thing in the morning because it gives me a sense of accomplishment and it sets the mood for my day. I wake up, I make my bed, and my room automatically looks put together. I don't feel as overwhelmed, and I have that sense of, okay, I've done the first thing I need to do today. So it gives me that first step of, I know what I'm gonna do every morning. First thing is making my bed. Something I started doing during COVID was going on walks. This was another thing that just completely changes my mood. Even if I'm having a bad day, even if I'm stressed or I have a lot of things to do, going outside, either taking the dogs for a walk or just going outside to just sit and to meditate and to be in nature. Another thing I like to do with going on walks is grounding. I will have a little text overlay of what grounding is. Pretty much grounding connects you with the earth, and it is a really, really cool practice. If you've never heard of it, I definitely recommend it. To actually ground, you need to be walking barefoot on the grass, mud, dirt, not concrete, like ground, mud or grass. Walk through, sit down, stand, lay down, whatever you want to do, ground yourself. That is something that I really enjoy when I'm going for walks around the house. I don't like go into random neighborhoods and do it, but if you have a park you can go to and that you can ground and take off your shoes and walk barefoot in the grass, it does a lot for the way you look at the day, your attitude, just your whole vibe in general. I've always loved to write, but I didn't pick up journaling until the last couple of months. And it was something that was hard to get started because it seems kind of like a task at first. But journaling is a great way to put your emotions and everything that you're feeling down onto paper and to get those emotions out. Sometimes it's hard to express emotions, it's hard to communicate those emotions, and journaling gives you time to just lay everything out and to organize your thoughts so you can communicate them more clearly, or even it's kind of like a therapy session with yourself. I try to do this every single morning after I eat my breakfast. I will take 10-15 minutes. It really just depends on how long you have. You could do half an hour, you know, this is really up to you. But taking that time to just write in your journal, whether it's what you're feeling, whether it's just things you need to vent about, whether it's things that you're grateful for, which we'll get into later in the video. One journal that I really like is the 5-minute journal. These are really great because they are guided journals. So if you're not really sure how to journal or you want something that is guided, these are great because I've got my little bookmark in here that my neighbor made me. So in the 5-minute journal, it'll ask you to write down what you're grateful for, what would make today great, your daily affirmations, 3 amazing things that happened today. And it's really satisfying as well to be able to fill out everything and get that done. And it's something that's really cool to look back on. So if you're going through a particularly hard season of your life, you can go back and read. And I personally love going back through harder seasons and reading through what I overcame and being like, wow, it shows you how strong you really are, because when you're in the midst of a storm, you don't feel strong, you feel tired. So going back and reading what you went through will really show you what you're made of. If you've never journaled, try it out every day for a month and let me know how you feel after that month. We live in a tech-dominated world, so taking a break from social media is necessary, I think, for everyone. Even if it is your job, my work is all on social media. Taking a break and stepping back from social media is a must. When I saw how much time I was spending on my phone, it made me a little sick to my stomach, because I was like, I am spending hours and hours and hours every single day looking at a screen, looking at a phone, not necessarily being present and not doing other things. And yes, I work on social media, but also there's a lot of work to be done off of social media. And I think to a time before I had my first iPhone, and I think of how happy that I was even though I didn't have much. And I think social media can be very toxic and very draining. With taking a break on social media also comes with monitoring what you absorb on social media. These are like a 2-in-1 for something that I'm very conscious of. I like to personally set a time to where I'm not going to be on my phone anymore for that day, because if I stay on my phone, I'll just continue to do emails or to do work. Controlling how much you're on your phone will not only improve your mental space, but it'll also improve the relationships around you. How many times do we go out and the whole family is on their phone? And it's really quite sad, you know. Tech and social media has done amazing things for us, but I also think we have become a generation that is just always on their phone. Even going on a vacation, you know, you're here to de-stress and enjoy, and you see everyone on their phones filming every single thing, and you're not really being present, and all you have back to look at are videos and photos, and you don't really remember what you're doing. And I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this, but there have been times where I'm on my phone, and next thing you know, hours have passed by, and I'm like, what was going on around me? So I have been very aware of how much I'm on social media, and with that, being aware of what I'm absorbing on social media. If someone makes you feel bad about yourself, unfollow. If content makes you feel bad about yourself, unfollow. Never feel like you owe anyone anything, because unfollowing someone, it's not always personal. You know, sometimes it's just what you have to do and what's best for you, and that's not selfish and that's not mean. That's taking care of yourself and taking care of your mental health. With social media, there's also a lot of smoke and mirrors. You can see people, not even just influencers, but there are people that aren't really what they portray they are online, and it can make you feel really bad about yourself. I think it's very important to feed yourself and to feed your soul with content that will fill your cup, not things that don't make you feel good about yourself, not things that make you feel like you're not doing enough, because you are doing enough. Never compare the beginning of your journey to someone's middle or end of their journey, because everyone's life is different and everyone are at different stages of their lives. Fill yourself on social media with things that make you feel good about yourself and things that empower you to become better and to follow your dreams and your passions. This one is a really, really important one, because social media really does mold and change the mind. If you haven't watched the new Netflix documentary, I think it's called The Social Dilemma, definitely watch it. Highly recommend. It will kind of shift your perspective a little bit. Something that has always given me serotonin and made me a happy girl is going to grab a coffee at a coffee shop. Especially working at home, it was really important to me to get out of my space and to be able to be around people and to have that interaction, because most of the time I'm only interacting with people across a computer screen. So I crave that, interaction with real people. Also, going to a coffee shop is a type of self-care for me. I like to go into a coffee shop, maybe try a pastry, sit down and read a book, or maybe listen to a motivational podcast. A lot of people would make fun of me, like, why do you go to a coffee shop by yourself? And I'm like, why would you not go to a coffee shop by yourself? Your most important relationship you have is with yourself. I made my coffee at home today so I could sit down with you guys, but this is such a small thing that you can do that really just changes your entire day. There is nothing like opening the door to a coffee shop and smelling all of those coffee beans. It automatically brightens my mood. Practicing gratitude is one of the most underestimated things that you can do to change your mindset and really change your life. Marcus Aurelius said, "The things you think about determine the quality of your mind. Your soul takes on the color of your thoughts." What you think about really determines and shapes the world around you. Practicing gratitude is as easy as saying 5 things that you're thankful for right now. You can do this every morning and every night. You can even write it down when you're journaling. And when things get hard and you feel overwhelmed and you get stressed and you're tired, saying things to yourself just in your mind, 5 things that you're thankful for and that you're happy for. And I promise you it will bring a smile to your face. If you can't enjoy a simple cup of coffee, how will you ever enjoy the bigger things that are coming in your life? Another philosopher's quote reads, "There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond our power." Obviously, I get stressed. I'm not an alien. I'm not superhuman. I get stressed as well. But reminding yourself that worrying just makes it worse. So knowing that everything's going to be okay, and keep reminding yourself and giving yourself those affirmations of, it's going to be okay. It's going to get worked out. Everything has always worked out. There are so many things that we take for granted because we're used to them and we get them and we are privileged enough to have them. Again, such as a roof over your head. So practicing gratitude every single day will remind you of the things that you have and not push you towards the things that you don't have, because there are a lot of things that all of you watching this have in your life that other people are praying for. And gratitude doesn't mean you don't want more things in your life. It doesn't mean you should say, well, I have this and that's enough. That's not what it means. Gratitude is just being thankful for what you have in this moment, in this season. Shifting your focus to things you're thankful for will automatically bring your attention and bring your energy into the good. And that is one way I'm able to stay calm through a lot of really tough situations. This is something that is easily overlooked, and it's making sure you're eating high vibrational foods and getting enough sleep. We all have those days where we've got to grab something quick. However, the food that you put in your body changes your mood mentally and also affects your body physically. And when you don't feel good physically, mentally, you look in the mirror and you're like, I feel terrible. And when you feel terrible physically, whether it's from eating a lot of fast food or highly processed foods or sugary foods, it affects your mind. With everything else you have going on in your life, stress, kids, work, relationships, friendships, whatever it is, it just adds to everything. So making sure you're getting a lot of fruits, a lot of vegetables, cooking if you can cook at home, and eating as healthy as possible is something that's not only gonna make your body physically feel better, but make you also mentally feel better. When quarantine first began, we had just moved across the country and we ate a lot of frozen food, and I had not eaten that much frozen food since probably I was in college. I felt bloated, I didn't feel well, and then mentally it started to really take a toll. It reminded me of all the years I was so unhappy in my life, which was a lot of my college years because I lived on my own, I didn't cook, I ate a lot of really bad food. It just reminded me that food has a lot to do with how you feel mentally. So making sure you're eating those good foods, drinking enough water. Drinking water is so important. I like to keep a hydro flask or any kind of tumbler near me with some water. I'll usually put some lemon slices to give it a little bit of flavor, or fruit, and I'll just keep filling it up all day long. You need to hydrate as well. And then getting sleep. A lot of us stay up all night on social media. We just keep scrolling or watching TikTok, and it's addictive. Think about it. The only 2 industries that call their clients users are drugs and social media. We are users. Social media is addicting. And even looking at those bright lights and your phone screens or computer screens before bed, does affect how you end up falling asleep. All of this physical stuff still affects you mentally. If you have not yet done this, you need to do this today in your life, and that is to set personal boundaries. This means work, it means friendships, relationships, family. You have to set boundaries in your life for your personal well-being. I go upstairs, and me signaling putting my boundary up is lighting a candle in my bedroom. Once I light that candle in my bedroom, I can't be bothered with work. I can't be bothered with emails. I can't be bothered by any phone calls. It is me time for the last little bit of the night to enjoy and to unwind and to get ready to sleep. I started doing this a few months ago, and it's completely changed my life. I also changed my iPhone screen, which I'm thinking about doing a video with the new iOS showing you guys what I've done. And the way my screen and my phone is set up now is that I no longer see notifications because I custom made my apps. It's not like I did shortcuts. It's kind of confusing, but I made custom little pictures for the apps so they don't show how many emails I have, how many texts I have, or how many notifications I have. I am very much the type of person where if I see a notification, I have to check it. Another boundary that I've set is in the morning. When I wake up, I don't touch my phone for at least 20 minutes. So I will wake up, turn my alarm on my phone off, and I will make my bed, go make my breakfast, and just enjoy me time, journal. I don't touch my phone for as long as possible in the morning. I can't tell you how many mornings I've woken up and gone straight to emails. Some could be bad emails or things with work, and it automatically, you just open your eyes and you're dealing with stressful situations. That is not good for the rest of your day, and it can make you feel like you're just gonna have a bad day. Whatever is right for you to do that so that your mind knows, okay, this is me time for the rest of the night. Write this down, okay? Focus. Focus is one of the most important things to do to be happy, even when your life feels like it's falling apart. Focusing and being present and not getting caught up in all of the noise, whether it's social media noise, political noise, drama noise, celebrity noise, whatever the noise is, it is distracting you from your purpose and what you need to be doing. I watched the Michael Jordan documentary. Something I noticed them bring up time and time again of how Michael Jordan was able to be one of the best, if not the best, basketball players of all time was his ability to be present and to focus. When you really cut out everything that's occupying your mind and focus on yourself, on your job, your family, your friends, what makes you happy, you will see your world around you begin to change. And this is something that is very difficult. It takes a lot of mental strain. I mean, you're literally working those muscles in your mind to cut everything out, to not get distracted, and to be focused. You have to learn how to say no. You have to learn how to limit yourself when you can't hold anymore and when you're not having time to focus on what you need to be focused on. If you spend your life building other people's dreams, you will never have time to build your dream because no one's going to build your dream for you. Start making a list and start focusing instead of letting the time pass by. Next thing you know, a year is gone and you're not any closer to the things you want for yourself and the things you want to do with your life. The last thing I want to talk about is not stressing about tomorrow. And this can be easier said than done. Trust me, I have been there. Henry David Thoreau said, "Happiness is like a butterfly. The more you chase it, the more it will elude you. But if you turn your attention to other things, it will come and sit softly on your shoulder." How many times have you seen a butterfly? You can't quite get it to come. The moment you just start living your life, sitting under the tree, and it comes to sit softly on your shoulder. There is no point in worrying about tomorrow because tomorrow will bring its own stresses and its own worries. And for me personally, something that helped me a lot with this is my faith and prayer and meditation, and knowing for me personally that God's got it. God's going to take care of it. I'm laying that down for him, and that's for him to stress about, not for me. But I wanted to read this quote in particular because it's such a visual example of stress and not worrying about stress and not chasing happiness, not worrying about what you think your life should look like, or stressing yourself out because you think you don't have a perfect life or a normal life, or your relationship isn't what you see online, or any other expectation or stereotype that you might place on yourself. Once you let go of what you think your life should look like or you think your life should be, and you start living your life and not stressing about every little detail, you can truly be happy. Practicing these little habits will start to build a foundation for a new mindset and a new chapter in your life. It's not something you'll see overnight, but it's something you'll be able to feel immediately once you start to change these little things. Warren Buffett said, "Chains of habit are too light to be felt, until they are too heavy to be broken. Habits we don't always realize, negative, bad habits, we don't realize them. And if we subconsciously do, sometimes it's too hard. We feel like we can't break out of them. It's never too late to change your life. Tomorrow is a new day. I really believe if you implement some of these habits, if not all of these habits, they will make a huge impact and a huge difference on the way you see yourself and on the way you treat other people and the way you really live your life and the way the world around you looks. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it, if you found it helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the algorithm. It helps to push this video out. Also, if you feel like this video will help someone, please share it with a friend and send the positivity. Let's keep it going. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so by hitting it down below and hitting the little bell so that way you're notified when I upload. I'm going to challenge you right now watching this video to comment down below and leave one tip of something that you do that makes you happy even when your life feels like it's falling apart. Leave that tip for us so we can have a whole thread of tips and things that we can all put into practice and learn from each other. All right, I'm sending you guys all my love. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. As a thank you for supporting my YouTube channel, I'm going to be doing a big makeup box giveaway for you and one of your friends. I figured we could all use a little pick-me-up, especially in a time like this. So I'll have the rules right here, and you can also check the description bar on how to enter.